Jaben here, Medical Director for Haywood County Health Department. Let's talk about where we are in this pandemic. Here in western North Carolina, as much of the country, the trends in cases and test positivity has been on a steady increase for the past 2 weeks. Hospitalizations and deaths are not, or not yet. And remember, the actual numbers are higher. These numbers, at most, show a trend of where things may be headed. Same thing happened last year, after Easter and spring break, but never amounted to much. This year, though, people are not being as vigilant. The virus is much more contagious. As of April 16th, BA.2 and its subvariant BA.2.12.1 are essentially 98% of new cases here in North Carolina. So please share this with everyone you care about. And by the way, if you are vaccinated but have not had your booster, now's a good time. If you have a high-risk medical condition or around someone who does, it may be time for that second booster so you don't bring it to them. So in the U.S., note the increasing red in the Northeast, as well as the upper Midwest and West Coast. In prior surges, these are the places that show first. For some perspective, a while back it was noted that a sustainable level of COVID in the country could be around 5,000 new cases a day and 100 deaths a day. We got down to around 25,000 new cases a few weeks back. This week we still have around 350 people dying each day with COVID. Our neighbors, each with an increase, but each still in yellow. For North Carolina, further up in the orange zone. Cases are up, hospitalizations still down, the number of deaths really flat. But note an increase in hospitalizations for those under the age of 60. For western North Carolina, 9 of 11 counties again this week with an increase in cases, 6 with substantial increases. Now, 3 counties back up in the red zone, indicating high transmission risk. And note the community levels remain low risk for serious outcomes in 3 weeks. Now, it could be just too early to tell, or perhaps there's enough community immunity to keep those bad outcomes at bay. It remains to be seen. Testing through April 23rd, the state and 9 of 11 counties with increases, and the state and 4 counties now above the 5% threshold. Wastewater surveillance as of April 27th, Buncombe and Jackson increasing. Eastern Band and Hendersonville did not update. For Haywood County, now back up into the orange zone. 13,023 reported cases for the pandemic. That's an addition of 53 for the past week. Haywood being one of those western North Carolina counties with a substantial increase this week, about twice what we saw in an increase the week before. And one of the western North Carolina counties with test positivity back up above 5%. All of this to say we were on par with where we were April and May last year. No deaths reported this week. In fact, none in April. For comparison, last year in April there were 3 reported deaths. At Haywood Regional, only 1 COVID-related admission this past week, and that in someone under the age of 40, vaccinated but not boosted. After weeks of decreases, the event risk calculator shows a small increase in the risk someone in a given size group will be infected. So be well and be careful. We'll see where all this goes, but for now, the trend is up.